Our original plan was only to go as far south as Tantan, but we've done the extra 1,000-mile round trip all the way through the Sahara down to Dakhla. There's not a huge amount here, but the couple of days park up was wonderful, eating the local seafood and really doing not a lot, just enjoying the sun. We've got one place further south we wanted to go to while we're here, and the geocache that's coming up now. You could call us crazy, but that's probably because we are. It's Saturday, the low tide is in an hour and a bit, and we are walking 2 miles to that island.
It's 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and we're walking the 2 miles out to Dragon Island. We've had to wait for the tides, so that obviously it's flat and we can get out there, because otherwise you need a boat. There is a geocache out there, which is why we're doing it. It's a terrain 5, which is the hardest, with difficulty 2.5. So I think there's a bit of scrambling once we actually get onto the island to find it. It's inside its nose apparently. But to add to the complication, it's going to get dark at about 7 o'clock.
As Claire just said, the sun sets about 7 o'clock, which means it gets dark at 7:30. It's now 5 o'clock and we have an hour's walk each way, which gives us a maximum of half an hour to find the geocache. Oh, and to add to the fun of it, the tide starts coming up about 6:30. We better get a chivvy on. We're about halfway. The wind is picking up, but it's very shallow, soft, very warm, lovely.
It is, and there's so many shells on the sand that I want to stop and look at and pick up. But on the way back, we have a time limit.
So there we go, about halfway. It's taken us about 15 minutes only, sort of cracking on with a good pace. You can see why they call it the Dragon Island. That is definitely the dragon's head there, with his nose, his head laying on his front, and there's his back all the way to the tail. You've got to excuse the wind. It is windy out here, and I brought the wrong microphone. But we've got there. We are nearly there. We've got over 3/4 of the way. We caught the tide just right. It's wet, it's muddy, it's stinky as well. It's a bit sulphurous.
Very sulphurous.
But we're here. So, next thing, get up onto the snout and find the bugger. Hey ho, up she goes. Hey ho, up she goes. Hey ho, up she goes. I bet it's behind those stones. We haven't found it yet, but it's an awesome view from here, especially that view there. But I didn't realise when I was standing near the edge, it's a sheer drop here as well, so I ain't going any closer than this. She's got it! Oh, let me come up.
Geocache. I've got the geocache.
Woo!
Now can we sign it and get back? Because I'm having palpitations about the time coming in.
Okay, it's Sunday the 10th. Claire's signing the log. It's her prerogative to sign as she's found it. But look at the view. That is where we're camping on what looks like an island. It's just over 2 miles walk.
It's the time.
Yeah, it's loads of time.
Now we're putting the time on there.
Time on there.
12. Woohoo!
Well done.
Oh, I can't believe it. We actually found it. Oh.
The sun is just minutes away from setting. We've timed that absolutely perfectly. Wow. Yeah, she's going. There she goes. One little bit. It's gone. So on the beach there's this sign. It said something along the lines of do not go to Dragon Island, risk of drowning. The sign's been here a little while, but we did one of three things. Number one, we completely ignored it. Number two, we didn't see it apparently. Number three, we don't speak French. We're leaving Dakhla. We were here a day longer than we thought, but we could quite easily have spent quite a lot longer here actually.
Yep. It was windy, very, very windy, but that wind kept the temperature down, so it wasn't too unbearable.
To be honest, it feels quite chilly this morning. It
does actually. The policemen at the guard point, they had balaclavas and scarves and coats. They were freezing. It is quite chilly, but we ended up staying a bit longer because we met a bunch of Brits, so we might have had a beer or two with them 1 or 2 nights.
Anyway, next destination, here we come. So we've come off the spit of land where Dakhla is, and we've turned right, which actually heads towards Mauritania. And as you can see, the road is absolutely awesome. Wide, flat, almost brand new. So we're heading to our new destination. Literally, it's 40 miles thereabouts to get there. We're going to the Tropic of Cancer, just to say we've driven over it, take a photograph of the sign, turn around and head straight back. So as you can see, the brand new tarmac is finished and we're back on the old road. So it's going to be about 25 miles left of this road. It's bumpy, it's quite hard going, and when you get a lorry coming towards you, it's really quite tight as well. So this was our mystery trip today. You can't even see the sign because it's covered in so many stickers. Ours will come up in a minute. This is the Tropic of Cancer! We've made it! Yay! Mental, oriental, we've driven to the Tropic of Cancer.
Can't believe we're here.
But today, it's pretty windy here, and we are gonna stick our sticker up. Where's she going? There.
It is windy.
Mary and the Hun exploring our world at the Tropic of Cancer. Come to Morocco for the sand and the sun. Look at it blowing all over. It looks hideous. Look at that sandstorm in front of us. Oh my god, you can barely see the road. She's got to drive careful, haven't you, girl?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, that is a proper sandstorm.
I want to get a picture of one of these camel signs. So after 10.5 hours on the road today, a couple of stops, one very important geocache, we are now just outside Laayoune on the beach, and there is nothing better than, after all that driving, paddling your feet in the Atlantic. But it is blinking freezing. The wind is cold, the water's cold, not bad for the Sahara Desert, but not a bad way to end the evening.
Morning.
Good morning.
Come out for a morning walk. We need a walk after yesterday's long drive, and today's drive is going to be about 6 or 7 hours again. So come and stretch your legs, have a walk around this town, which is Ulidia by, no it's not, it's Laayoune by sea. I don't know what it's called. I'll stick it down here. This road, according to Google, well, is a road. It's been closed off as a pavement. It's lovely, but 8:30 in the morning, there's not a soul around. Nobody. But the thing that really struck me about this place is that every road you look down looks deserted. Well, that one's got a car, but most don't even have cars. It absolutely looks abandoned. But last night was absolutely full of people coming up and down the strip in their cars where we're parked. So, really odd little town.
Don't know where they've come from, because they're not in these streets, and there's nothing else but these streets.
It's an odd-shaped little town as well. It's all kind of crisscrossing the wrong way. I'll put a map up now. As you can see, it's all kind of a bit odd, really, isn't it? Anyway, a little walk along the beach, cup of coffee, and then the next trip all the way to Gwilym. Go and sort out our phone for the next month. A night there before heading into the mountains.
We're going to Icht
to go and see
some troglodytes.
Well, there you go. There's a few of those in where we live. Anyway, off for a walk. Amazing what you get to see on the road. "20 minutes from Gilly-Gulum, whatever it was, we're in a little town called Fask, and it looks completely old, like every other town, just made of rocks and stone and mud buildings. But there's these gardens here. I've got no idea why. I saw it on the map, and it looks like another oasis of beautifully manicured and well-kept gardens.
Oh wow!
And unusually, there's birdsong galore here as well. Looks absolutely wonderful. The watering's on, the grass is being watered there. Just so out of keeping with everything else that looks so dry and brown and arid. Then you got this, which is absolutely gorgeous.
It's grass. I haven't seen grass for months.
This is such a cool space. All these lights, there's 2 workmen checking light bulbs up there. You imagine this at night with pitch black and these lights lit up and a walkway and the water running in the little gully there. Unfortunately, there is no water now because they're in the middle of a very, very severe drought. But the grass is being watered, the sprinklers are on, the plants are being watered. So you've got some water, but obviously not enough to run a little stream up here. Isn't it lovely?
I feel like I'm in the middle of a very civilised city, not in a town, a very small town, a long way away from everything else.
Happy workman as well.
Yeah.
Yo!
Hey!
Hey! So that was a very interesting conversation with these 2 guys. They spoke Arabic and Berber, I think. We obviously don't speak any of that.
Very, very small bit of French.
And I think just 2 guys maintained the whole of this. And they were very happy to see us. And they worked out eventually we were from England. They were even happier. But yeah, this is a fab little space.
It is.
Just wish the fountain was going. After a night at Google whatever and the gardens of Fask, we took a tiny little turning on the left towards Icht, and our adventure into the mountains begins. We've arrived at Icht, I-T-C-H, Icht, something like that. Anyway, and we're camping just a couple of miles out of town, maybe a half-hour walk. The town's just by the mountains on the left, It looks like there's a few motorhomes already here. 2 nights here, and then we're going to go and explore the ancient underground village. After a long day's drive and setting up camp, there's nothing better than sitting at a proper table having a freshly cooked tagine. How much you enjoyed it then?
It was lovely.
And absolutely demolished. Delicious. Don't know how much it is yet. It's either 75 dirhams or 125. Yeah, we'll see in a minute. As the sun sets, what more idyllic a spot can you have? Nestled between a couple of palm trees. The shade is lovely and cool now. It's mid-20s maybe, early 20s. It was roasting at 30 odd degrees earlier. The sun's on its way down. It's only going to be 10 more minutes and it gets quite dark quite quick. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and join us next week as we explore the underground city of Icht.